The professional job market is rapidly evolving. So rapidly, in fact, that you're at risk of being left behind. With our tasks being made more easier by AI every single day, it's becoming more and more difficult to stand out from the crowd. The skill floor is being raised quickly. You need a way to appear superhuman, to be so productive, proactive, and organized that your colleagues and managers will have to take notice. They will be taken aback by the quality and quantity of the work that you produce. In this video, I will show you the tool that allowed me to stand out from the crowd in my data analytics profession. In the same year, I doubled my income and drastically increased my productivity. Let's go. The tool in question is what I deem the ultimate work schedule. The work schedule is built with the platform Notion. If you don't already have Notion, follow the link in the description to create an account today. If you already have Notion, or if you've just created an account, follow the second link in the description. This will bring you to the ultimate work schedule template. You are able to download this template into your own Notion by following the steps on screen now. Before diving straight into the ultimate work schedule, for me to show you exactly how it works and exactly what you can do to double your productivity, allow me to tell you a few of the ultimate benefits of this system. The benefits I will discuss now are the benefits that will allow you to stand out in your career using this tool. The first benefit of the ultimate work schedule is low friction task creation. Using custom templates, you can easily create a new project for any task that you've been given. Creating a new project is as simple as clicking the new button. And you can do this task creation across any device. It's very easy to take out your phone, open Notion, and create a new project page. The second benefit is task prioritization and planning. The ultimate work schedule allows you to visualize all of your tasks in multiple different ways, including the Gantt chart and the Kanban board. Notion allows the assignment of multiple properties to any database or any page. Using the different Notion views and properties, you can visually depict the priority of your tasks. For example, you can line up the 10 tasks you have to do at the moment, sort them by category, sort them by priority, and effectively delegate your time. The third benefit, and what I deem the most game-changing benefit of Notion, is the documentation of your tasks through Task Chronicles. Utilizing Task Chronicles in your own custom template, you are able to document your task from start to finish. Using Task Chronicles allows for effective requirements capture. It allows you to iterate through multiple solutions, and after iterating and coming to a final solution, you can write official documentation for easy distribution and easy reference later. Notion has inbuilt search functionalities. For instance, from your Notion homepage, you can search any keyword and it will scan your entire database. Furthermore, you can filter specific databases for keywords and categories that you wish to look for. The final benefit of the ultimate work schedule are checklists and Notion reminders. This feature will make you a superhuman. You will never forget a task. You will be the ultimate person in your team. Notion carries with it two fantastic features that allow for this benefit to occur. The first being Notion notifications, and the second being templates that can automatically generate. With these two features, you can automatically generate daily to-do lists, or you can generate tasks that you need to complete regularly that you want to remind yourself of. So the next part of the video will be dedicated to the walkthrough of the ultimate work schedule template. The benefits are pretty straightforward. You can probably derive those benefits yourself just by exploring, especially if you're familiar with Notion. But for those that are unfamiliar, and for those that maybe want a little bit of extra detail, this section is for you. So the first thing to walk through are the different template views that are available on this front page here. So you have 4 different primary types of view and then one aggregate type at the end. So you have the timeline view, which is the Gantt chart and list split. So you have a list of tasks on the left-hand side here and a Gantt chart on the right-hand side, allowing you to visualize your tasks alongside one another against a date-time perspective. So you can see what conflicts, what overlaps, and what can be scheduled alongside other tasks. The board view is modeled after the Kanban board, which is part of the Agile framework. You'd find that on platforms such as Jira, and of course Notion allows you to build a board such as that. So the categories here are different stages of the project development. These can be customized to your liking. These follow this standard framework, and you'll find great benefit in using these existing categories. The next view is list, which is straightforward. It's a list of all the tasks, but there's a few filters. It filters out daily lists, which would cloud this up, and I'll explain that shortly. Calendar is similar to the Gantt chart, except it's a full calendar view, and you can see the task through their entire duration. So this new dashboard is currently set to be a couple of weeks, so you can see it extends across this entire time block. You can use this for scheduling, and you can use this as an alternate way to view all the items together. The final view is all items, which will show everything unfiltered in one place. So you could see how with these 4 different views, organization is effortless. By appropriately assigning dates to all of your tasks, keeping things organized, by diligently recording your data, you are able to schedule things out in a timely manner through multiple different views. I'll walk you through the steps of filtering your lists and searching your lists briefly, and then I'll walk through how to create items into your list. The filters that are assigned by default are items that are not complete and particular issue types, anything but a subtask. We'll explain that shortly. And it's also sorted by date descending, so you get your most recent tasks at the top. The board has the same filter. Subtasks are excluded, and same with list, and same with calendar. All items includes subtasks and daily reminder lists. Now, the item templates that come with the Ultimate Work Schedule are set for the data analytics profession. So if you're in data analytics, congratulations, you get a fully complete solution. For other industries, you may want to adjust what is within each of these templates and what they're called, but the principle will remain exactly the same. So I'll run you through those briefly. We'll go through the process of adding a new task. Let's say it was a ad hoc analysis. So up here, you hit the drop down arrow, you select ad hoc analysis. Now, when you're creating a task, no matter what industry you're in, whatever templates you set, you want to fill out these properties as early as possible. So your issue type, as per the Agile framework, can be either a story, task, epic, or a subtask, and I've got daily list as an additional property. Story would be your most common. User stories, more long form tasks, or task would be a short one, which would be your second to most common. We'll just do task for now. Priority is another important one. If you want to organize your task by priority, do effective time delegation. You want to assign this property diligently. So let's just say it's a major property for now, a major priority rather. Estimated days to completion. This one is useful for viewing your tasks alongside one another in the calendar views. So you'd want to add this in as it feeds estimated end date formula there. So let's just say it's going to take 14 days to complete. So that'll generate your estimated end date. You can copy that into the end dates of this timeline here. This will allow it to visualize correctly in those timeline visuals. For a small task, you may not need to do this. You may be able to organize with just your priority classification, but this may help for tasks that are ongoing or that are definitely a long-term commitment. The complete question mark category allows you to select what status the task has. You could even rename this to status, but I like to just have it complete or not complete. Nice and easy. So this will now be in the scoping design stage. Let's say that's the earliest stage. And then you have other ones here, cancelled, ongoing, testing, etc. Parent item and sub item. This is important as well, especially if this is a task amongst a greater task, a subtask of a project. You'd want to put in its parent task here. Sub items, you can also link, let's say, a meeting that is relevant to this ad hoc analysis. You can link it in this way. So I'll do that now just as a test. Now your templates can be customizable to whatever you would be doing with these tasks. So for templates, you'd ideally have things that would be consistent. So for ad hoc analysis, findings and output, toggle lists are a nice feature of Notion. You can have all these things neatly stored within their individual toggle list. You have checklists, you have tables, you can have bullet lists. It's another useful thing. You can add those in as you need, but your template ideally would have the requirements gathering, which should be consistent across most industries, your task checklist to keep yourself organized, making sure you're doing what you need to do at any given time, and your task chronicles these should be your primary 3 headings for any template that you create or any adjustments you make to these templates. To derive the benefits of the task chronicles that I mentioned earlier, you want to keep this as a heading, and you'd want to have all the steps of this regular task. So for an ad hoc analysis in data analytics, these are all the steps that I'd go through almost every single time. So of course you can fill these out to your own discretion. That's the benefit. Maybe you didn't have, I apologize, my light stopped. Maybe you don't have exploratory data analysis for this particular ad hoc task, but you don't have to fill that out. It's a toggle list. You can even delete it, so it doesn't clutter up your space. Now I'll go through the other benefit discussed, which is the reminders and the auto-generating templates to automatically set reminders using the combination of those tools. So my instance of this in this Ultimate Work Schedule is the daily checklist. So the daily checklist will automatically generate every single day. I currently set it off for this template, so when you download it, it doesn't start generating pages automatically, but you'd set that to on. It's automatically set 8 a.m. every single day to generate this daily list. Now what will that do? Well, in your item list here, it will come to the top when it's generated. At the moment it won't, because I've added this afterwards, but it will be at the top of your list for the day in question, and it's a simple to-do list for the day. But the benefit of this is that it's automatically generating, and you can copy across your tasks from the previous day to the next day. These are the 3 tasks. As I complete them throughout the day, if I want to remind myself to come back to this daily list, usually I'd keep it open, so I'd go to the full view and then have the work schedule like this in 2 different windows. So I always have the daily checklist here, but let's say I want to make sure I do task 1 in a timely manner. This is the benefit of the Notion reminder system. So if you go at remind, you'll see remind tomorrow is the default. Let's say you want to remind yourself, but at the moment it's 10 p.m. Let's say I want to remind myself at 11 to do this task. Click today's date, include time, 11 p.m. Done. So I'll get a notification at 11 p.m. on my phone and on the computer, bringing me to this page, my daily checklist, making sure I do that task. So let's say, I'm going to delete that for now. Let's say complete that task, complete this task, but I didn't get a chance to edit photos with Tim. I'm going to put that in my notes for tomorrow. And then when the next daily list is generated automatically at 8 a.m. the next day, I can simply open the previous one, copy and paste that across, and now I can continue doing those tasks. Another nifty little feature that's automatically enabled at the moment, but this hide description, show description feature here allows you to put possibly important information like website, database, contact info, things like that you want to be hidden, but you need to reference. Sometimes you want to quickly open your work schedule, get that information. So I'll often have database server names, things like that. Try not to put passwords here, but if it's a non-sensitive password, I suppose you could put it here. So the final thing in terms of navigation of the work schedule that you might not know if you're not as familiar with Notion is how to edit and create the templates like I mentioned before. So if you go over to the template selection here, to edit the existing ones that I have in the template, the Ultimate Work Schedule already, you can simply click the 3 dots and edit, and that'll allow you to go in. You can set default properties, you can add more properties to what I have already. You can adjust all of your headings here to be relevant to your industry and your work. And to create a new template, you simply click new template here, and that will open up a blank page like this with all the properties visible, and then you can create a template from scratch in that way. The name will be the title up here. So in this case, let's say new meeting. You can see the title here says new meeting. So if you need it to be something else, you can change it here. The final feature that I forgot to mention is the search functionality. Now this is quite intuitive if you've used Notion before, but up here is the search button. Now in this new ad hoc analysis task, I put hello, my name is Frank as a nice small sentence. And now we'll just use Frank as the keyword to search and see if it finds the page. Oh, as you can see, I've already typed it in. There's the page right there. Hello, my name is Frank. So if you click on that, that'll bring you to the page. And this is extremely useful for recalling methods you've used to solve a task. So for instance, if you're in tech, if you're a programmer, or if you're a developer, if you're in data analytics or data science, and you've written a function that is extremely useful at solving a certain problem, and you don't necessarily remember which task you did it, but you sort of vaguely remember, oh, I could use this, I could use that. You can search those into the search bar in Notion, and your database will have a record of that. You can bring up the task, and referencing your own chronicles that you've written, you can figure out how to apply that to your most recent problem. You can figure out what you did and do it again. Nice and easy. The search function is extremely useful for recalling your value. If a higher up questions what you did and when you did it, how well you did it, any sort of questions your manager could ask you, you have all the information available. You don't have to rely on your own memory. You don't have to rely on inaccurate records. You have accurate records at the time, and you can easily search those up. That is the basic walkthrough of the Ultimate Work Schedule template. If you have any questions in the comments, please feel free to reach out. But that should get you 99% of the way there. You simply add tasks in, fill out the headings that you set, make sure to fill out the priority, the issue types, the status of the project or task, and the dates so you can visualize them against each other. You will become an unstoppable force by organizing yourself in this way. There's no chance that you can forget a task with the reminders. There's no chance you'll forget how you did something with Task Chronicles. And there's no chance your value will go unrecognized, as you will have an effective way to capture everything that you do. Thank you.